Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by the company you depend upon for all of your greatest needs, HartLife. These stories are true dramatizations from our fair city's glorious history. So listen and remember, HartLife, all the life you'll ever need. Tonight's broadcast takes us to the utilitarian office of Commander Andersen. Although technically above ground, the room's location on the interior of the tower precludes windows, natural light, and happiness of any kind. One single bare light bulb swings overhead. Once a field agent, Commander Andersen has gone somewhat to seed since his promotion, and now seems somehow to become a permanent part of his chair, paunchy and desk-bound. Seated across from him, still lean, still active, patiently predatory on a metal chair, is Mr. George Chamberlain, Special Investigator, muttering into a voice recorder.
Nothing
Chamberlain.
to occupy
George.
the time.
Special Investigator.
Investigator could be doing
Policy
anything
number
other than
5643.
gun.
Sit still and stop
Several.
talking, will you? Got a new assignment for you.
I can hardly contain my anticipation, Commander Andersen.
Whatever. We got a problem we need dealt with.
I already have an assignment.
You're trying to keep the ants from spoiling everyone's picnic. It can wait. Do you have level 3 corporate clearance?
No, I have...
You do now. We need you to come inside on this one.
Yes, sir, Commanderson.
What you need to know is this. A containment tube belonging to a top-secret corporate lab has gone missing.
Did our brilliant scientists check the last place they left it?
Funny enough, they did just that. Thing didn't just sprout legs and walk, someone managed to get it out. Which is tricky, you see, because each one is tagged with a sensor that trips at every entrance and exit. Guess what they missed?
The garbage chutes.
Not exactly. You familiar with how putrescible waste is processed?
They flushed the thing down a shit chute?
Bingo. And we have reason to believe a PWC named Henderson picked the thing up and walked off with it. He hasn't reported to work and may plan to sell the thing. Not that he knows what he's got.
Would that be Neil Henderson?
You've heard of the sharpshooter? Yeah, that's him.
You called me in for this? With his reputation, he'll be easy to find. I can eliminate him and get you your containment tube by this afternoon. Should I wear a radiation suit?
You misunderstand. Whoever flushed this thing planned to recover it. That's your mark. Tail the tube until someone makes a move on it. Find out who that person is. After that, do a standard cleanup op. Oh, and one other thing. You're going to have help.
I work alone.
This is a major assignment, and you've just been given level 3 clearance. You think we're screwing around with this one? Treat this as an opportunity for professional development.
Who's the pain in my ass going to be?
Henderson's found himself a business partner. Some punk kid named Nathan Rourke. Rourke's mom works with StreetSafe, watches him on the monitors, that sort of thing. She's likely to know where they'll go and who they'll try and unload the tube on.
You can't be serious.
Try me. You'll work with the mom. She'll keep up with you. She used to work in the field.
100 years ago?
I wouldn't say that to her face if I were you. She's on her way now.
I'm not too worried. I'm sure the walker slows her down some.
Serious, Chamberlain. Play nice.
Oh, I will, Commandant Andersen. I'm sure she'll remind me of my own dear Nana.
Special Agent, this is your assignment. Suck it up, or I'll have you demoted to a lightning rig out on the south side of the city. Ah, Mrs. Rourke, please, sit down.
Thank you. What is this about, please?
You're not in any trouble, Mrs. Rourke. You can relax.
Oh, Thank you. The sign on the door...
We get that all the time, ma'am. Sorry for the confusion. Murder is actually an acronym for our department. An unfortunate coincidence. Stands for Municipal Union, for the Restructuring of District Excavation Records. Nothing sinister, I assure you.
All right.
Mrs. Rourke, my name is Commander Andersen.
I'm Elizabeth Rourke.
We know.
Mr. Chamberlain is my associate here. After a long and successful career with us, he's about to be transferred to the Lightning Collection Department, but has kindly agreed to help us out with one last assignment. Isn't that right, George?
My pleasure.
Damn right it is. Mrs. Rourke, we're here about your son.
Oh?
Elizabeth, may I call you Elizabeth? Are you aware that young Nathan hasn't reported for his work assignment, even once?
Why, no, I'm sure there's some mistake.
You and I both know better. We've been keeping track of your activities at work. You've been watching your son on the corporation's equipment and on the corporation's time. That can wait. Right now, he is in the company of a criminal named Andersen, and together they're trying to sell a piece of merchandise. I can't go into too much detail, but the item they are carrying is extremely dangerous to your son. Not only is it a potential biohazard, but there are those who would kill him without a thought to get their hands on it.
Why are you telling me all of this?
We're having a hard time predicting your son's movements.
That sounds like him.
You know his habits better than anyone. We need you to go into the field with Agent Chamberlain and find him before anything happens to him. Chamberlain.
Please, he's harmless. Let me talk to him. I'll put in extra time to cover for him. He loves HartLife, he really does.
We're doing this for your son's sake. His safety is our top priority.
You and I both know better.
And you and I both know the sign on the door doesn't stand for Municipal Department of anything. If we wanted to hurt your son, we would. But we don't. I doubt I can make any assurances that will satisfy you. However, Mr. Chamberlain will be going out to find your son one way or another. When that happens...
And I assure you, it will.
Chamberlain! When that happens, do you want to be there or not?
I'm not exactly thrilled to be working with you, Mrs. Rourke. But this is how it is.
This is how it is.
If anything happens to him, I swear.
Whatever. Let's go.
And so the unlikely pair sets forth into the underbelly of our fair city to locate our intrepid heroes. Will the corporation's hired gun win the day and slay them both? Or will Mrs. Rourke prove savvy enough to save her son's life? Find out next time as the story of our fair city continues.